We are back again this week. For those of you listening on the podcast, because that uploads quicker than YouTube does, we got a twofer coming this week. So we're going to do tonight, then we're going to do again tomorrow. So Nick and I, as always, are very, very excited. We'll start talking about our beers, then we'll talk about what excites us, and then we'll go into kind of what tonight's episode is going to be and some of the other stuff going on. So I got from Right Brain, which is one of my favorite breweries up in Traverse, CEO Stout.
Great place to go.
Great place. And then again from Perrin, I got Midnight Snack. I got a couple of those left, so I'm gonna have one tonight.
So tonight's episode, it was really fun for me because we're gonna be talking about, poor mindset, right? Like we don't have to call it the poor mindset. It might be direct. The what keeps us in debt mindset,
Okay.
The non-successful,
I'm gonna call it poor mindset,
right? Because right, just the struggle mindset. So with the poor mindset, I was like, man, you know what keeps me poor? My beers. But tonight I went with Adesanya Mead. Okay, they're out of Granville. Great little meadery, two guys, real cool guys. Tonight I'm doing Alpha Gateway, raspberry, cranberry, pomegranate. And I love meads. I'm a huge honey fan.
This mead is underaged. It's only 5 days old.
Yes, it's when it's packaged. But it's actually the cool thing about Adesanya, they have still meads and they have carbonated meads, and I just really enjoy it. I do. And then we went the poor mindset. So I brought up the good old
tried and true.
Number one glory to me, right? Bud Light. I almost wore my Bud Light hat today, but I was like, I can sponsor it this way. So, big shout out to Adesanya for this is their brand new giveaway, their brand new release. I actually was given one of these as a hey, go ahead and try it out.
I guess that's kind of a sponsor then, isn't it?
We'll
have to give them a big shout out.
Yeah, so that's huge. I say located right there in Granville, across the street from the Pizza Hut on 28th Street. So
nice.
For you local people that know what we're talking about. And man, I usually drink it out of a snifter, but tonight we have a big full glass. Very exciting.
Bucks and Brews glass. By the way, for those of you that, like the stuff we do.
Yeah.
Nick and I have some exciting news. We got t-shirts coming.
That's huge news.
We'll have t-shirts sometime next month.
Yeah.
So for anybody who wants a t-shirt, $15 for a t-shirt. If you're not local, we'll figure out shipping, but just let us know, and we'd love to help you out. Mind you, we're fat guys, so there was no size we ordered that was smaller than large.
Factual statement. Say, medium people. I'm sorry.
You're just gonna have to wear a bigger shirt.
That's fact. Make it a nightgown. So,
But before we get into tonight's episode,
no.
Yes. So I want to plug tomorrow's a little bit.
Me too. So
one of my dearest friends, I've known him since elementary school. I played Little League with him. He's Professor. Mind you, I used to drink with this guy. Professor David Seawick.
There you go.
Is going to join us tomorrow night. And we're going to talk about all things college debt, how to fund college.
Where did he go to college?
He got his bachelor's from Central Michigan, and he's got, I believe, 2 master's degrees.
I'm not calling him dad.
He is older than you, but he's younger than me. He's
to smoke pot with Johns Hopkins, okay?
It was Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettering. You don't even know Johnny Hopkins. But anyways, I'm so excited. Dave reached out to us, and basically it was, hey, I was listening to the minimum wage episode, and that was some interesting stuff. He goes, and you said you wanted guests. I'd love to come on and talk. I'm like, that would be awesome. I haven't seen him in a couple of years because of the pandemic and stuff. He's local, really. I mean, he's in Lansing.
Yep.
He teaches at LCC. So I'm really excited about that. I know we have some other stuff coming up in episode soon. We have a guest next Tuesday. I don't remember what he's talking about.
We have guests a lot of the next couple Tuesdays.
We do.
We're talking with another group of people who do some investing, and then they actually have a beer podcast.
They do.
They
beer podcast, financial podcast.
So they're we're going to correlate with them. It's going to be really awesome for us. Collabo. So
Vanessa's gonna join us again. She had some more exciting news. She texted and she sent me a message in all caps. She was so excited.
So, guys, I know you can't see it because you're listening to us on a podcast, but I'm going to show David real quick. Yeah, ooh, right? You hear that? So I was actually in South Haven yesterday. Went to Maria's, which is my favorite Italian restaurant. I drove 45 minutes just to go eat food. So,
We're not fast.
no, God no. But say we're just say we have to have the young kid on who,
Yep.
we're gonna ship him, get him into shape, and then ship his ass out and make him be successful.
He started his Roth a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, say not enough though, right? Like not.
I don't know how much he's
Nope,
putting
we're
in
gonna
it
find
yet.
out.
We're
It's
gonna
not enough.
find out. And
The kid's living at home for free. You know how much money he should have? He should pay his parents $50 to live there, and he should, eat at home every damn night and not worry about anything.
I think he has started eating at home because he was
Kid's gonna
wasting so much money
Kid's
eating
gonna
out.
be so successful he doesn't even know it.
He really is.
After he's done with us, we're gonna make him feel like so much crap. It's gonna be great. It's every time we have these conversations, I just go home and look at myself and go, God, I'm just a horrible person.
I don't have that problem.
Well, I don't listen to my own advice. I just go drink another beer or two.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
Drink the pain away.
This week, some things kind of happened, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we all had, and you just find it like conversations that you spark up between people, friends. Like, I love to celebrate wins with people. Okay.
Oh God, we love wins.
We do. It's really awesome. That's one thing I love about us.
Vanessa's sending me that message. I was so excited for her, and you're going to be so excited when you hear the news. So,
But it's hard for us because sometimes like these wins are at just such a huge cost, and we know what the cost is.
we don't necessarily see them as wins,
Right.
I mean, yeah, they're somewhat of a positive movement, but
Yep.
at the same time, it's one step forward, 8 steps back.
That's true. And I have a buddy who he's not like me, right? He makes good money, but I went with him to go pick up something for his house, right? He put it on order, and we drove down in his new truck to go get it, and he's like, yeah, I got tax money back, so I got this. And he goes, I put a little down on the truck, and the wife's got a brand new van.
How old's the truck?
Might be like, honestly, it might be like a 2016.
Okay, and how old's your truck?
Mine? Oh God, mine's an 04.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say,
I'm driving a 2013.
I've owned my truck. I've owned my truck for 6 years now, 5 years.
Mhm.
This is his 4th truck that I know of in at least, let's say, 4 years, honestly. So, yeah, like really, like this is his 4th truck. But
Well, and when we talk about the poor mindset, unfortunately, that is a poor mindset.
it is.
You think you're doing really good because you can go get a new vehicle all the time, but
Yep.
really, the minute you buy a vehicle, you're upside down on it, unless you got a great deal on a used car.
Exactly. And honestly, like I don't know anybody that if you got a good deal, okay, let's say, right? I mean, there's the weekend flippers out there type of thing,
Yep.
or the car lot, people that own it, but nobody goes and buys a Challenger, let's say honestly, brand new, let's say 30,000. Let's say you get it for 15 because I don't know, like you got the world's greatest discount deal, right? Nobody takes and sells that car for the 15,000 profit, right?
Nope.
They drive it, they do whatever, and then when it's worth 15, they're like, "Oh, I only owe 10 on it now." Okay, but you still don't sell it. Like, so it's not like a stock where you don't have your losses until you sell. No, this thing just keeps losing.
Yep.
You had the chance to make 15. Now you have the chance to maybe get the theory of it is to pay off your debt in full and then sell the car for what, like $2,000 max, like
$3,000,
if you're
somewhere in there.
real lucky type thing, and your car is paid off, and so
Well, as well as I do, most people just trade it into a dealer on another car. I'm one of those idiots that I refuse to do that. I'm going to sell it to somebody because I know I'm going to make probably $1,000 more if I sell it myself. Yes, it's a hassle. Yes, it sucks.
yeah, but I mean,
But it's a little bit extra work for $1,000 more.
oh yeah, well, and the things that we find is the people that are doing that a little bit more are the people who don't even make $1,000 a week,
Mhm.
right? So it takes you one full week. Let's say it takes you 40 hours of after work takes you 1 full week to get this car sold. I mean, you've made more than what you probably made in work, right? But you're like, oh, I got to do other stuff with my time. It's not worth it. And it's like, well, if it's not worth it, then why are you doing your job?
Well,
Like, it doesn't make any damn sense.
Here's a great point. So I make great money. Okay, I make
Yeah.
over $30 an hour.
Yeah.
If I were to get paid weekly, I don't make $1,000 in a week.
Yeah.
I make 7 to 8. And true, I pay my 403b. I pay for insurance. I pay for life insurance. I mean, I do have deductions that are taken out. Fine,
Sure.
but I'm not bringing home $1,000 a week. We own this business. Dawn's not bringing home $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
You know, after taxes, she makes $560,
I'm saying, you know, that's
and she works, 60 hours a week.
welcome to business owning.
Well, that's just it. People say all the time about small business owners, well, they get to work when they want to work.
No.
Bull, you work all the time.
Well, not really all the time. I mean, you have to work in what your industry calls for, right? I mean, so it's called a tattoo person, right? Sure, you're right. They're
Mhm.
probably not working from the hours of 7 a.m. till noon, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah,
They're noon to midnight.
but I almost guarantee that if they're the young starting out one and I know them
Mhm.
and I say, hey, I want my daughter's ear pierced at 9 a.m. Nick, hold the fuck up, let me unlock the door, right? Because
Yeah.
there's that one. So you say, hey, yeah, they're not, oh, you get to pick your times. But I mean, how many people are coming here at 7 a.m. to break shit? I don't get pissed off till 5 o'clock.
We wouldn't
It's
have
like-
appointments earlier in the day. I mean,
Yeah.
we opened up early on Galentine's Day.
Yep.
We opened at noon. And we did end up getting appointments at noon and 12:30 and 1 and such, but we weren't booked solid
Sure.
at those times. We were booked solid from like 2:30 on,
Yeah, sure.
because everybody's like, okay, it's Saturday, I'm doing my thing, and now I kind of got my day going. Now I want to go.
Yep.
Which I got a great break room therapy story for you later. Don't let me forget.
Oh man, guys, this mead is really good. I love mead.
So I mixed these two.
So, yeah,
Very good.
there you go.
The CEO and the midnight snack.
So right, and we're not dogging people because we love that people love, like, when you
Yeah.
love life, you're a happy person. When you are successful, but and again, he's my buddy, right? So his wife's got a new car. So this past summer, he sends me a video. I'm kind of walking backwards, right?
Yep.
But he sends me a video and there's this dirt bike, right? And I was like, all right, that's pretty awesome. Damn, dude. Like, all right, man, you got that. A couple months before that, it's like July or whatever, and he sends me 2 quads, right? And like these, got the kids quads for Christmas or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus, dude, like you just bought you just bought something else before that. Like, and he's like, well, we want the kids to have fun, we want the kids to have stuff. And I'm like, I get that you want your kids to have things and do stuff, but like, dude, like you were there when the company was doing some restructuring. You were, your wife works part-time now because she got pregnant. Like you've had like these struggles and stuff. Like, why don't those things, like, yes, you're always like, oh, we just work through them. And it's like, man, but like when it happens, we all know that like a car crash will take you out for a while, right? I got a buddy that's, he got a motorcycle accident, hasn't, he works for the military or whatever, but like, he hasn't worked in, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is.
Caitlin's a great example. She's got surgery on Monday.
And it wasn't expected.
It wasn't expected, so she's got to have wrist surgery, which is knocking her out of 6 weeks of work. And she's an assistant manager, but they don't have time off.
Yeah.
So she gets 6 weeks off unpaid. She can't work starting now because they're making her quarantine until surgery. So she has to go get a COVID test in the morning tomorrow and then quarantine until surgery on Monday.
Sure. Which is crazy.
So she's off almost 7 weeks.
Yeah, with no income.
With no income.
And like, so there's those things that you gotta, and most people can't go, if you take a full month's worth of income, I mean, let alone a week, but take a full month's away from people, they're drowned, right? They're, oh man, the world, I need unemployment to be $15 an hour. There's those people, but we should be able to survive. No, like, man, you should be able to budget. That's what the hell you should be
Well,
able
and
to do.
Caitlin can survive because she has budgeted,
Yeah.
and honestly, because she has me. So
Yeah.
she has money in reserve to sit there and go, okay, it's not going to be a big deal. I can pay all my bills. But if she didn't have, I mean, if she was the normal 25-year-old
Yeah.
on her own, she'd be shitting bricks.
Honest, I mean, I don't know. Like I remember, I remember when my kid was born, right?
Mhm.
Like I got FMLA, and I called into HR and they're like, all right, you want to take your vacation first, and you want to do this, and I'm like, the hell I do, right? And they're like, what do you mean? Like, well, you don't get paid, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
cool. Like, and they're like, well, how long do you want off? And I was like, how long do I get? And she goes, well, you're allowed, 12 weeks or something. I was like, all right, let's start there. And if I come back early, I'll let you know. And she goes, well, no, you have to pick a date right now. And I was like, I think you're misunderstanding how family medical leave of absence works. Like, but okay. And so I don't know. I talked to Courtney and stuff, and I was like, hey, you think a month's good? And I ended up taking like 3 weeks or something like that, whatever. But, because it was, and I wish I went back. Like, I loved being there for the first couple days, but like, I wish I would have went back for like a week and then been able to take time off, because that little bit you're kind of just, you're not needed, and then everything else
Right.
you needed after that. So, but right, like, this lady's like, oh, you don't get paid. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, of things I care about, it's not the money thing. Like,
Well,
honestly, I just want the time off.
and again, you and I, we're those strange people.
Yeah,
We almost value our time off more than we do the money.
it's true.
Because I know they paid me out twice last year because I was over the bank.
Mhm.
And I was pissed off both times. Scotty doesn't know.
It's got that Fiona and me. But so I'm getting hit up by, I'm telling you, the Amazon, dude.
Yeah.
I've checked all my bank accounts, because, when you listen to telemark or, prank calls or whatever the hell
Yep.
these things are called. Oh, hey, your Amazon account has been known to take $700 transaction.
So you've been getting Amazon today.
I don't even have an Amazon account. That's
You know
my
what I've been
thing.
getting?
What's that?
Apple.
Nice.
Yeah, Apple called me 3 times today, supposedly.
How's your iPhone working?
It works great considering it's a Samsung Galaxy.
It'll happen. So I think that people just don't understand what is it? What if bad things can happen, it will happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so or oh, this could, how often do you hear from people? Okay, how often do you hear from people? And I stopped, right? Oh, it can't get any worse.
It can always get worse.
Okay. Oh, gosh, how much worse can it get?
So much worse.
This couldn't have come at a worse time.
Sure, it could have.
I mean, right? Like, okay, like, and mindset is a huge thing, right? Like, it's just, I remember when you look back at it, right? And we all forget as adults. A buddy of mine just posted today, and I'm gonna give him a shout out, Mark. And he goes, do you remember at some point in your life you wish you were in the spot you are today, right? And I was like, no, right? Because I never wished I was here. I've really only seen the beginning and the end type thing,
Right.
The
journey didn't matter. It was getting to the end.
Right. And but the other thing is like, there's that mindset where it's what happens, you get to control how you react to it, right? And when it comes to debt, like, that's what people are just so okay with debt, because they're, hey, I'm comfortable for now.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite TV shows of all time is Sports Night.
Yeah.
Did you like Sports Night?
I do.
I love Sports Night. So my favorite episode, one of my favorite episodes is Eli's Coming.
Yep.
And Dan's talking to Casey about Eli's coming, and he's like, Eli is an impending badness. Well, Nick spills shit over here.
Yeah, I say, don't worry about me, folks.
And Casey goes, Eli's coming, hide your heart, girl. He's an effeminate womanizer.
Yep.
And Dan goes, yeah, I understand that, but when I was a kid, I didn't. And to me, it was always something bad. So, I mean, honestly, Dawn and I, ever since we got together, have been on when shit starts to go sideways, we'll always say Eli's coming. Because we know that once it starts, it's not going to end until something really, really bad happens.
Yep.
So we never play that it can't get any worse because we know better than most people. It can definitely get worse, and it probably will.
And so, when I was, I don't know, I think I started becoming, I don't know, mentally mature a lot younger than I realized. But when I was younger, like it used to be that, like, oh, this can't get any worse. Oh, mom, oh, mom, I hate you so much. Blah, blah, blah. This is the worst day of my life. And then the fucking dog dies the next day, and you're like, holy crap, like
so much worse.
And so, like, I used to, and it was weird because I always remembered, like, I'd say things like that, and then things would just get so much worse, and so I made a promise to myself a long time ago that I just wouldn't say those words anymore. Like, I don't, superstition, right? Whatever it was, I didn't care what it was. But I was like, you know what? I'm just never going to ask. I'm never going to say, because I know for a fact, like, it can get worse, right? And I know for a fact it's going to. I know for a fact that, hey, if I just take care of this right now, hopefully it'll be better. Like,
Dawn makes fun of me
all the time. It's not just her, it's me too. Just to let you guys
But
know,
she-
we all make fun of David.
She does it because I'm so superstitious.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in, a higher power or any of that stuff.
Sure.
But if I'm on a softball field and you break one of my rules, touching the line before the game, or my favorite one, we're playing at Kellogg'sville. It's my third year there. We're dominating them. And Caitlin Whitley looks at me and goes, it's like the third inning, and goes, you think we'll mercy them in 5? And I went, shut your mouth. And she goes, why? We beat them the last time in a mercy. They sucked. We're up like 6-0. Yeah. That's the first.
There goes the bats.
First game I ever had went to extra innings.
Oh.
And twice we should have lost. We ended up winning the game, and we won it by like 5.
Jeez.
But it was the most nerve-wracking game I ever had. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's all Caitlin Whitley's fault because she had to open her freaking mouth and say, are we going to mercy them? No, you never tempt fate.
Well, it's like in bowling. You never ask somebody, how many 300s they have after they're in a run, right?
Right.
I mean, so we're in college, and this kid's got like front 9 on college pattern. There's this kid who doesn't know a damn thing about bowling. Somehow made, like, it was like high school for our bowling team. No, it wasn't. And we're like, hey, go ask that kid if he's ever shot 300. Yeah, right. So, kid's dumb as shit walks up to, hey man, you got any 300s? How many you got? Like, well, and I was like, I'm waiting for this kid to just jack him in the face, right? Like, it's my own teammate, and I'm like, here we go. Like, yeah, I say, so, and then the kid, I think, really shot like a 10-pin, right? And just lost it. And he's like, oh, want a sports shot, so it's just funny. But
again, you don't tempt fate.
Yeah.
You don't talk about the perfect game in the 6th inning.
Right. And when you're shooting craps, you never say 7. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
don't throw a 7.
How do you lose this game? Oh, you gotta throw a 7. Right? Like, we all know this shit happens. I mean, say luck, superstition, whatever. People don't believe in it, but to each their. So
I wore the same socks every football game because they were my lucky socks.
No. I used to wear the same boxers when I bowled after I shot my first 3. So I was like 16. Like, every Saturday I'd have to wake up and I'm like, nope, I need my green box.
Yep.
Just because, like,
it's not bad to be superstitious.
I don't know if that was superstition. I think that was just, I want the exact same feeling, right? Like, if in bowling, like, my hand feels the same, my powder, like, everything's all together, my shoes tied the perfect way. Yep. I want to make sure I throw everything the same because, right, in bowling, repeating shots is the biggest key. So,
that kind of goes back to that poor man's mentality. You're still doing the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you're not getting further and further ahead. So I know with your story, when you and I were talking the other day, they had gotten, this crazy loan.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it was right. And I get this, hey,
will he ever listen to this?
I don't know.
I mean, if you do, we're not picking on you at all.
Right.
This is just, it's a great story to illustrate how you could differently look at money.
And, so it starts out, and I'm talking to a friend of mine, we're at a birthday party, right? And he looks and he goes, yeah, things are doing well on us, right? I'm making very good money.
Yep.
My wife's making really good money. Like, I mean, combined, they just really they're making great money from what they used to.
Yep.
And he goes, we're saving up for a house. We're gonna get out of the trailer. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome, right? Like, he goes, oh yeah, I got into the car accident, totaled the wife's truck, and went out and bought her a new one, right? And he tells me,
and he's excited.
he goes, yeah, he's like, they gave us $3,000 for the old vehicle, which was a ripoff, and I was like, I get it, and it's weird because I don't know how they got 3,000 because they always drive really nice things, right?
Right.
And so then he's like, yeah, so we go to buy this brand new truck, and they
brand new meaning brand new.
Brand new,
Okay.
right? And they go, oh, we're gonna need 10,000 down, and he's like, all we got is, he goes, we got 8,000 cash right now, right? And what can you do? And I was like, it's all you got. Like, why are you throwing it all down in the truck? Like, in my mind, right? This is
Right.
how I'm working. And I'm like, I was like, all right, awesome, man. Like, you're willing to put this up. Like, good for you. Like, I mean, dude, you got 8,000 saved up. Or 5,000 between the three that they gave you for the truck. And
right.
I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Why aren't you doing something else with that money?
but and so of course, right, me, the person, oh man, how's your 401k doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, cool, man, you guys got 401k. But what's the company match? Like, just I'm planting seeds. That's
Yeah.
And so then it was, yeah, well, they wouldn't let me co-sign. It's in her name, so I'm really proud of. And he's really proud of his wife because she got a truck loan in her name. And he goes, yeah, so not bad. Our payments just 700 plus or whatever. He goes, so it's not a horrible pay. And I was like, for how long? And he's like, oh, I think it's a 7-year loan or something. And I was like, holy shit balls. Like, I'm taking it, like, I'm like, whoa. And he goes, yeah, but the company told us, hey, we make our payments on time, and then we can go refi after a year. And I was like, dude, like, make sure you make your payments. I can go fuck. Like, he goes, I said, most people don't refi. And he goes, yeah, I should cut it like in half or something. Or
Dude,
whatever.
I've looked at the refi
like,
option. I looked at the refi option for Dawn because Dawn got her Tiguan without me.
Yep.
So she's paying like 3.5, 3.75%, something like that, which is way higher than I got, way higher than Caitlin got.
Yeah. I think the one car loan I ever had, I paid 1.5%, maybe 1.6. I don't remember.
So I've tried to refi hers ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never get a better rate.
No rates are up.
No.
It's used.
It's used.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're trying to refi it, they're like, oh yeah, we could save you $30 off your payment, but it's going to add a year on. No.
Yeah. No, that's the hard part.
But again, I'm looking at the money going, yeah, I don't want to do that. So, not to take from your story here, because we'll get back to it. But so I got a phone call from Steve the other day,
Yep.
which, Steve was my football coach. He's like a dad to me. He's one of my favorite people in life.
He's just like a guy that buys me ice cream.
Yeah, he does buy Nick ice cream.
So,
and him and I were talking, and we kind of got into investments, and he asked about rates on the house because he knew I refied, and I'm like, yeah, I got under 3%. I said, I think I'm at 2.75 or 2.85 or something. He's like, yeah, that's great. I said, yeah, I plan on paying it off in 10 years. He goes, well, how long is the loan? I said, 15. He goes, that's awesome. He goes, and the fact that you're already planning to do it, that it just shows how smart you are. He goes, it's funny. I coached all these kids, and, I don't know how many coaches you had in your life, Nick.
quite a few.
But Steve was always the fun coach. I'm sure you could understand that by meeting him.
Yeah.
Steve was always the fun coach. He was the one that would come around and bullshit with you while you were supposed to actually be doing work.
Yeah.
So I got along with him great. And he says to me, all these kids I used to coach, they're all so smart with their money. He goes, I don't know how they got it, because it sure as hell didn't come from me. I said, Steve, we were just watching everything you did. We did the opposite of that. He goes, you guys were obviously really smart because you obviously did that. I'm like, Steve, I don't want to be paying on a house forever. I want to be done in 10 years.
Yeah. So, it was I don't know, it's been a while, but like I was sitting the other day and was looking at my bank account, and I had to look at my mortgage because I had to do something. I'm buying another house. I'm always buying another house. But, so I was looking at it, and I was like, I got enough money to pay off my house. And
Mhm.
like, it's like that feeling, right? That
Yep.
you get like, I can take this risk because no matter what happens, the lowest point of my life now is officially a paid off house.
Yeah.
Like, all right, yeah, I mean, there's somebody could sue, somebody could do this, but like, really, like the lowest financial point, like if the world goes to shit and I no longer have any rental income or anything like that, like I have a paid off house,
Mhm.
right? So, I mean, and like it goes back to, that's why most people like when they open businesses and stuff is because they don't have that damn mortgage rate, right? They have
Yeah.
this, like when there's a difference between worrying about, I don't care, like if you have a $900 mortgage payment, right?
Mhm.
The difference between worrying about $900 a month versus worrying about, I don't know, 150 in taxes a month, right? Like, I mean, that's all you have to put aside. I mean,
Yep.
if you're homestead, I mean, let's be honest, you're probably 1,200, 1,300 bucks, so $100 a month, right? Like,
Mhm.
there's a huge, like, hey, I only need to go make 1/9 of my income, right? Like, so hey, I can take this risk, I can take this chance. I don't need to make that big money anymore. And so, it just goes to that mindset of like people, the poor mindset, like they just never have. I don't think they ever get those like aha feelings, and when they do, they don't make the right choices with it,
Mhm.
right? I mean, tax season is a blessing, and it bails out a lot of people, but like, dude, they all blow it. Like, I and it, I hate tax season. I really do. Ask my wife. Like, I try not to go out to eat. I try not to go to stores, right? Because
You also are paying.
yeah, I mean, there's that too.
But I mean, what you're saying is we're looking at people. The stimulus is a great example.
Yeah,
So they keep talking about, hey, we're going to get another stimulus. And don't get me wrong, I would love another $1,400, 2,800, between me and Dawn.
send it.
That'd be fantastic. But what I'm going to do with it, or what you're going to do with it, is way different than what A, they want you to do with it,
Yeah.
or B, the majority of the people are going to do with it. The majority of people are going to take that, $1,400 and they're going to go spend it.
Yeah.
Mine is going either into a bill of some sort or it's going into my account. I'm going to make money off of that money.
Yeah.
Whether that is an investment or whether I throw some extra in my IRA or some. I'm going to tell you right now, some of it's going in an IRA.
Yeah. I mean, all mine is just going to go replenish this down payment, right? I mean, I have a pretty substantial down payment on this one, so I'm just going to build back up. Like,
Yeah.
that's my focus right now. So,
But for every me and you out there, there's 10 people that they're going to go buy a new PS5 or they're going to go buy a new big screen TV that they don't really need.
well, it's funny because right before coming here, I was my neighbor, which he wants a shout out. So Ryan, here's your shout out. You're a douchebag. Say, yeah, we were talking about. He's like, oh, I want a new truck, and I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, it's gonna be used, and I was like, no, you're a pretty smart kid, and I mean, he's 20 something and lives in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Right? Like, let's,
Nope.
I'm not trying to be that, but like, he's 20 something, lives in my neighborhood. So, and he's like, yeah, it'll be used. It'll be this. And I was like, good for you, man. I was like, but it's funny because if you come to me and say, hey, I'm gonna buy this used truck for $20,000, I'm gonna say, you could go find a $10,000 truck and invest that other 10 into something else. I was like, you put that into an index fund. And I go, no matter how much money you say it is, no matter anything. I was like, you can tell me I'm going to go buy a $3,000 car and be like, man, you can get a $1,500 car and put that other $1,500. I was like, because you got the money. I was like, take half of what you think it is. I was like, if you want to come to me and say, hey, I want to buy a $40,000 truck, you better have a $20,000 truck in mind. You better be like my daughter, right? When she watches our old episodes, she's gonna know how to play me so well. She'll be like, Dad, I found this, Corvette I want. I'll be like, yeah? She'll be like, yeah. $40,000. I'll be like, you can go find a $20,000 Corvette and invest. She'll be like, all right, I see what you're saying.
And 5 minutes later, she
5 minutes from Dad, I found a Corvette for $20K. I put my other 20 over here. I'd be like, no shit, like, let's go. Like, I'd be so proud. She'd be like, the whole time, it's gonna be like, she'll probably only have the 20,000, right? That'd be like every dime she had. She'd be like, Dad, you think I can get some money to
invest that other half.
get that taxes and fees? Like, I gotta get some plates on this. And be like,
So, you know, talking about the poor mindset,
Yeah.
we brought this up originally. So the kid we're gonna have on,
yeah,
he got a truck.
yeah.
I think from somebody at work for next to nothing.
Oh, even better.
So he's really excited about his truck. Jenna comes in the other day and she's like, yeah, my brother finally got insurance on his truck, so now he's able to drive it and he's all excited. I'm like, well, he should be excited. He's got a truck and he didn't pay much for it. That's what you're looking for. I mean, again, so he sat down with me because he blew a ton of money.
Mhm.
But now he sat down with me. We worked on a budget. We worked on, you know, retirement. He talked about this truck, you know, that he was going to get insurance on. He closed one of his accounts that he wasn't making any money on, put the money into a better account.
Yeah.
These are the things you do when you go from that poor mindset to the rich mindset.
Sure.
And really that's, you know, Nick and I have been doing this for almost a year.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
And really that's what we try to do. We try to tell you, you know, hey, this is the mindset you need to have, because this is the mindset that will get you out of where you're at. I mean, you know, I love Dan Price. I follow Dan Price a lot. And he talks all the time about, you know, minimum wage and paying employees more. And that's great. But for every Dan Price there's 800 Walton families or Jeff Bezos or whoever that's paying, you know, $11 to $13 an hour, not worrying about what their employees are doing. And, you know, if you look in the United States of America, the number one job for people that are on assistance is working at Walmart.
Really?
It is.
Hmm.
So let me ask you something, Nick. You think they got enough money that they could actually afford to pay for benefits for these people?
Yes.
But they keep them under a certain amount of hours so that they don't have to pay benefits for these part-time people, and they can qualify for Medicare or Medicaid.
Well, and, you know, okay, it's things like that does bug me, right? I mean, because, you know, when you look at it, right? So they know that Medicare and Medicaid, right? They have to still pay taxes on it as a business, but then they figure, well, those employees are also paying for their own, and all of my employees and everybody else in the whole world is paying for this person's Medicare and Medicaid.
Yep.
And you know, it makes some people angry. Oh, why don't you get your ass to work and find a better job? And it's like, man, you know, you if everybody found a better job, we wouldn't have shit in this world.
Correct.
Right? Like, it's just not a possibility. I mean, somebody always has to do the bottom. I mean, how many companies have you walked into that has had one working employee, 3 bosses, and 5 CEOs?
Yep.
Like, right? It's just not a thing, right? Because you have 5 employees, you know, 2 bosses and 1 CEO, right? Like, it's just,
and the 5 employees do all the work.
Manual labor, right?
Yep.
I mean, the other ones, you know, and it's not anything against bosses and people that are office people, because you think, right? And I'm not a thinker, I'm a doer.
Yep.
Which is, it's very hard. But you know, like you think of, hey, how can I save money? How can I make this person go faster? How can I do this? And it takes a real great person to drive this amount of people to be successful. But you know, because like if you're doing continuous improvements, right, and you're saying, hey, Nick, I can keep it so you don't walk a mile every day, you just walk a quarter of a mile. I'm gonna be like, dude, you're like the most amazing person, right? So it's gonna save the company 3/4 of a mile a day in work. Like, I can get so much more done. So you know, there's always that need for that, but I've never seen one that's top heavy, right?
Right.
I mean,
never.
You know, it's we all make fun of the fact we don't make fun of it. I hate Susan G. Komen, right? So what is it? It's 7 or 9 of the top people make well into the 6 or 7 figures. Sorry, not 6 figures, 7 figures salary, right? Like, so when you ask, it's what, I don't want to get sued, but like 8% of the actual every dollar that you give, only 8 cents actually goes to the research, and
Mhm.
the other 92 cents goes to
Paying salaries.
paying salaries,
Well,
right?
it's,
Like,
it's the same with Goodwill.
right, say exactly, right? And oh, well, we're putting the handicap to work, and it's like, uh, dude, like, I don't know, I just,
I did a pink game once.
yeah,
I researched what charity I wanted to give money to because I wanted to use a charity that actually used it in the way I wanted.
yep,
And I went with the Breast Cancer Research Foundation
yeah,
because it was something crazy like 94 cents of every dollar you gave them
sure,
went right into research and programs to help people with breast cancer.
sure.
That's what I'm looking
And I
for.
don't mind you getting the 6 cents, right? Like,
You're right.
like
You
6 cents.
still have to run your business.
Well, and without the nobody's gonna call you and me for free, right? Like,
Correct.
I get that you have to pay some people, and I get that there's things, but if you did it because the kindness of your heart says, "Hey, I need to make sure that this foundation is successful," or this not foundation, the research is successful. Like, man, you come on, 92% is going to your pocket, and the 8 cents is going. I mean,
The ice bucket challenge.
yep,
I did the ice bucket challenge.
yep,
I think you were supposed to donate directly to the ALS Foundation.
correct.
I don't know what the ALS Foundation gives,
Yeah,
and I didn't want to look it up. So I took the lazy way out. I knew that Steve Gleason, who was a player for the New Orleans Saints,
yep,
started a foundation when he got diagnosed with ALS.
yep.
And I knew that all of the work they did basically went back into research for ALS. So when I did the Ice Bucket Challenge and I made my donation, I made it to the Steve Gleason Foundation
There you go.
because I knew what they were going to do with the money.
Well, that's and that's what things are about. So, and I respect the poor mindset for one thing, right? Like, usually the percentage of donation is compared to income capita, I guess I would say, right?
Mhm.
Like, is much higher in the lower class, right? Like, we tend to be the people that give the most.
Mhm.
Yes, okay, percentage wise. I'm not talking about financial, like,
Correct.
so if you
We
make-
can't afford to give $1 million, but we can afford to give 10%.
right, so, and these are the people that are giving 10, if not more, type thing, where Walmart gives 1% of their actual, right? Like, and yeah, okay,
It
it's
looks like they're doing
$100
something.
million, which is huge, but you've given 1% of yours to.
It's like throwing the penny in the wishing well.
right, and exactly.
Well, and going back to Sports Night for a minute, so another great episode. Dan's trying to figure out where to put his extra money he's got for charity.
Mhm.
And he talks to Isaac Jaffe, who's his boss, played by Robert Guillaume, one of my favorite actors. And he goes, well, there's just so many worthy charities out there. What do you do with your extra money? He goes, honestly, when I have a few extra dollars and I pass somebody, in the street looking for money, I reach into my pocket and I hand them the money. And Dan goes, why aren't you worried they might buy booze? He goes, I hope they buy booze. Most of these people aren't a paycheck away from getting out of the situation they're in. They're not going to get out of this situation. So if they go buy a bottle of liquor and it takes the edge off for the night, I'm fine with that. And in all honesty, when we look at a lot of the homeless people out there, that's the situation they're in. They may not want to be in that situation. They may try to be getting out of that situation, but most of them are, $10,000, $20,000 from actually making that transition. And just like with criminals, they don't have that mindset of if they got that windfall, we talked about money windfalls. If they got that windfall that would get them out of being homeless, they wouldn't know what to do with it anyways.
Well, and there it is, right? So, like, and it would take a lot of financial education to start. I mean, right? If you literally think about zero, right? I mean, just the bottom line, zero, okay? And you have nothing, you have nobody, you have not a thing, okay? So you could, let's say you do it the easy way, and this is what I'm gonna call the easy way. So you're gonna go to day labor,
Yep.
right? They're gonna pay you $10 an hour.
Yep.
And you happen to work 8 hours, and they'll pay you $60 after taxes and stuff like that. So, and you do this so now you have to find a spot near day labor to set your tent up, Right?
Right.
'Cause, I mean, at $60, as a landlord, you come to me and say, "Hey, I'm working day labor. Hey, I just got a job at Walmart." I don't care. Like, right? We take it upon anything above this, right? Like, I love your work ethic. Excuse me, your work ethic, your respect, but you just made $60. Or let's say, okay, hey, I just got a job at Walmart. I've only been there for a week, and I make $10 an hour.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I mean, I need first month security deposit. I need first month rent. I need security deposit. I need, you know,
References,
cleaning fees.
Yep.
I need. So I mean, right, just even right there,
credit checks.
let's say, say $40 application fee. So
Yep.
I mean, just let's say, I mean, my cheapest place, and we've talked about this. I don't care, $600, right? So
Mhm.
it's $1,240 for one person,
Yep.
just
To move in.
just to walk into the place,
Yep.
right? I mean, if you got your tent and you got a sleeping bag and you got whatever, so now, I mean, you have to change and you have to get heat into your name, you have to get electric into your name, you got to get whatever. So, it costs like the cost of this is just insane.
Mhm.
So, I get where people come from is you have such a small amount, like that's such a big hike, right?
Yep.
That's now to go from you and I, we have the struggle of what? I mean, I want to go from a $200,000 house to a $300,000
Right.
house. I mean, so our percentage is only, we want a 33% difference. I'll go from 0 to $1,200. What percentage is that, right?
1,200%.
Exactly. Like, the percentage is just so fucking stupid. And so yes, that's why people buy that small amount. We go back to we've gotten off, but like we go back to the story of my friend that, hey, and he's so proud because his wife got the thing in her name and paying the $700. But I don't mind that you live in I've said it a million times. I don't care that you live in a trailer, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't judge you in any way, different shape or form, right? Like, but when you tell me, hey, what bugs me about people is when they tell me they want bigger things.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, hey, we're gonna go buy a house. We're gonna go do this, and you're doing what I personally find to be the wrong things. And it's not just me. I guess, okay, it is me, but like we had Rob on, right?
Yep.
Hey, don't go buy a brand new car, right? Like, don't go do this because you need your debt to income. And like, so when you're making these stupid decisions, and I personally think, and I have to say that think, right? Because then there's always the anomalies.
Yeah.
But I think I know exactly how to do stuff. That's what bugs me, right? Like,
well, you're tying yourself to a $700 payment for the next 7 years, because let's say you can't refinance it, because there's no guarantee you can refinance
zero
it.
chances. I had this conversation today about a house, right? Because I'm looking to, I'm thinking about purchasing to flip, let's call it, right? So like they give me a 1 year, and I said, look, what are my chances to refinance? And he's like, hey, don't go do this, don't go do this. Don't make fraud and stuff. And so I was like, he goes, really, you're guaranteed, especially with your, and I was like, he goes, unless the economy and market takes a huge shit. And I'm like,
right,
we're at that point where the economy is going to take this big shit. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to cost me $10,000 extra to do it this way. But in theory, it's just $10,000 of cash. Like, it doesn't cost, like the opportunity cost is there, right? Like, so I'm probably going to take the safe, secure way, right? Like, I'm going to just buy it for the hold. And if I happen to flip it, I'll just pay my extra. Like, the real difference is between the 5% and the 3%, like it's $2,000. So $2,000 for safety and security of 30 years guaranteed. Ooh, I don't really need $2,000 that bad.
Well,
like, I don't.
That's what people don't look at. I mean, they sit there and so you and I both know, because we look at money constantly.
Yeah.
The economy is on this teeter-totter, and it could really go either way.
Yeah.
It could keep sticking to the way of, everything's fine and people are making money and the market's, way overblown and they're selling their $100,000 house for $350,000. It could stay that way. or it could be a 2008, 2009 crash again.
Mhm.
It could go either way. When Caitlin was looking to buy her condo,
This is like true numbers. So guys, I know this isn't a real estate thing, but like we're on this exact topic. Okay.
Yep.
So I have the opportunity to buy something where in today's market, I'm really hoping it hits only 168,000, right?
Mhm.
Like, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to hold it and rent it for 1,300 a month. If the economy goes bad, I mean, I'm only gonna get 1,100 for rent. So I need to make sure that my mortgage payment isn't that high, right? Like, so if I have to hold it, I mean, you know, I guess worst case scenario, I'm gonna flip it for $1,000, but really holding it is where it's at, and I'm hoping to cash flow. Like, so that's exactly it. Like, I'm in that spot right now where it's like I can't guarantee in
Yep.
3 months from now I'm actually gonna hit these same numbers because, well, the moratorium hasn't hit like guaranteed. I'm in this spot, and
yeah,
you figure right now is February, so I'm gonna close March, right?
yep,
So April, May, June, 3 months to flip it. That's when the foreclosure thing is about to start hitting. And once that hits, it's heyday because why would anybody pay $160,000 for full price of a house when you could pay $160,000 for a $200,000 house, right? Like mine would be 160, like 100% equity. They can get 20, they can get a 20% discount by buying the something else. So, it's around the corner and I have to worry about that stuff. So what I need to do is just guarantee and secure myself.
when
The
Caitlin
right
was
thing.
looking for the condo,
Yep.
I sat down with Scotty and I said to him specifically, I'm like, you already know I'm worried about a crash. And he goes, yeah, I get it. He goes, so when did you buy your house? I said, well, I bought it in 2007 before the crash. He goes, okay, what'd you pay? I said, I paid 132. He goes, great. What was it worth when it crashed? I said, shit, I got down to like 105,000. He
Really?
goes, yep. And what did you do? I kept paying my mortgage. What do you mean? He goes, right. You kept paying your mortgage. You weren't looking to sell it.
Yeah.
No. And I wasn't going to sell it for that kind of loss anyways. He goes, great. What's it worth now? I said, well, right now it's probably worth 225, 235, somewhere in there. He goes, right. So she buys this condo at 130,000 and the market tanks. She's selling it? No, probably not. He goes, then why do you care exactly? Because she's going to stay in it for the next 5 years. Now, if it tanks right before she goes to sell it, we got a problem.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, then she's going to make money on it. She might not make 8 to 10%, but she'll make 3 to 4.
Well, and we go to the idea that I say we go to the idea that it's a loss, right? Because you hear about it, and it's funny because again, shout out to Ryan, who's a douchebag, my neighbor. Just because he wanted to shout out, so I'm gonna give it to him all night.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I say you're right because he's like, oh man, my parents back in the crash, they lost a bunch of money on their investments, and I said, okay, cool. Like, I rolled my eyes and was like, did they make it all back? And he goes, well, yeah, I assume. And I was like, so they didn't lose money, right? Like my grandparents who were living off of whatever went from a crap ton to like nothing, but they were pulling money off. Like
right,
they lost money. Like your parents didn't lose shit. Like what they did was actually looked at their bank account and go, oh no, like this shows a negative. Like the return came back. Like you only lose when you sell.
It was the same with us. I mean, we looked at our accounts at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I told you I went from 140,000 to like 90.
Yeah.
In 2 days. But I wasn't selling any of that money, so I really didn't care. I knew I was buying more of it at a lesser price at this point, and at some point I'll come back up. And now I'm sitting at 158.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and so I want to touch base back at what you had said, right? So you bought your house at 130.
Yep.
Okay, and you said it got down to 105.
Yep.
And why didn't you sell?
Why didn't I sell at 105?
Yeah.
Well, for one, I would have been underwater.
So?
Yeah. There was no reason for me to sell. I was perfectly happy in the house.
Okay.
It gave me at the time, the school district I needed for my daughter.
Okay.
And I could make the payment.
You can make the so, and that was the thing. So like most people,
Mhm.
right? And most people in the poor people mindset, what we go back to is people overpaid for their house. Like not just because the work, like okay, yeah, you overpaid, right? Theoretically, because it went down to 105,
Right.
right? So at the time, yes, it appraised for it, but people got to the point where, hey, I got to, or I'm going to pay $400,000 for my house because I have a job that I make $100,000 at. Oh shit! The company downsized. Now I only make 60,000 at a different place. Like, you can't make that payment work, right?
No.
Like,
that's where everybody lost their asset.
yes, right. Like, I mean, the job lost the aspect, and so
Yeah.
what I try to get through to people is, and I don't know whether we want to talk about it or not, right? Like, who's the first to go? Oh, the older people.
Mhm.
Oh, the people that have been there forever. So
Because they're the ones that make all the money.
making all the money, and you're the most liable for
Mhm.
insurance, and
Yep.
you're right. I mean, people. Oh, I'm 80 years old. Of course they're gonna fire me. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like you cost them money, like more.
More than a 20-year-old.
Right. So I texted you, right, just randomly. So the same friends.
Yep.
Are the same friends that bought the truck and all that. Okay. So what was it? 325 or 375?
I don't remember.
Right. So let's say low end. They get paid. So they both work at the same company. He gets to have insurance and insure the whole family.
Yep. And she
decided not to take insurance because she doesn't need to because he has it. And the company offered her $3.25 an hour extra.
not to take it.
Yep. But you can't be on Medicare, Medicaid, whatever.
Right.
You have to have some type of an insurance. But if you don't take it, $3.25 an hour, right? So we take that,
Times 40.
right? So I mean, that's $120 a week extra. I mean, plus whatever, $120 a week. That
roughly $500 a month.
yeah, but the company is.
I know when
they're still making money because they don't have to insure you.
I know when I started a Priority, I made nothing.
Yep.
And I only worked 20 hours a week. But if I did not take insurance, they paid me, I want to say, an extra $16 a paycheck.
Oh, I was like an hour.
No, $16 a paycheck.
Yeah.
So for the first 4 or 5 months there, I did not take insurance. I didn't take it until Dawn lost hers.
Sure.
And once she got kicked off of her insurance, I'm like, all right, well, I have to have insurance now. And then at that point, of course, I went from bringing home like $300 every 2 weeks to bringing home $170 every 2 weeks. And I still don't know how the hell I paid for anything because I didn't make any money.
Yep. And so it's, we also wanted to touch base. I know we're getting really long into this episode. We wanted to talk about the fear of investing.
Yeah.
Not just investing, but the fear of it, right? So, we just before this, you talked about, hey, I have a friend that wants a big return.
Yep.
But doesn't want to lose any money.
Right.
It's like, okay, so put it into your CD, put it into
they want a bigger return than that.
Your checking account for I mean, we was talking about I have 40,000, right? I'm putting $40,000 down on my next deal. And on that 40,000, I made $6.12 last month.
Yeah.
Like, so you know what? Like if I put it into real estate, 40,000 into real estate, and I make $250 cash flow, and these aren't the numbers. The numbers are a little different, but I made $250 versus $4, right? Like, yes, I could lose money, but
part of the reason he's so gun shy is because he invested with somebody that everybody said, oh yeah, this guy's great. He'll make you a bunch of money. Yeah. And he told me specifically, if I had never invested with him and I just would have kept it in something safe, I'd have had $1 million, $1.5 million. He goes, I got nothing at this point because he lost all my money. Yeah. And there's nothing I can do about it. And again, you run into that because people don't necessarily know what they're doing. And, Bernie Madoff's a great example. Mm-hmm. Everybody said, hey, give your money to Bernie Madoff. He'll make you great money. Yep. Because all he did was he'd take Nick's money and he'd pay David his money. I'd say, hey, Bernie, I need my money. And he'd go, that's great. Hang on a minute. And he'd call Nick and he goes, I can get you 20% on your money. And Nick goes, 20%, let's go. And he'd give him 10 grand and he'd call me up and he'd go, hey, David, here's your 10 grand back. And I'd be like, great. Yep. And at some point it catches up to him and they go, yeah, you're running a Ponzi scheme. You're an idiot.
I just had a friend call me Nope. I called him looking for some advice, right? And he kind of reached out, or he goes, yeah, I got a friend that wants to get out of a deal because he needs money. And instantly, like, it was funny because he didn't even finish, and I was like, how much do you need? And he goes, I don't know, 15, 20,000. I go, what's my return? And he goes, I can guarantee you $3,000 in 2 months. And I was like, let me know where to write the check. Like, how can I do this? And he's like, holy shit. Like, and he's just like, I didn't even think to ask you. And I was like, yeah, like, if you're ever going to guarantee me $1,500 a month off 10 grand, dude, I'm your man. Like, personal guarantees. Like, I know what you own because at a personal guarantee, I'm going to own that. I was like, I mean, I know what you own. I know that you're a trustworthy person. Like, we're going to sign everything. I'll take 15% a month. Like, that's huge numbers to me.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a great investment.
Oh shit.
Easily. I do that every day.
All day, every day, right? Like, if you could do that every day, I'd be happy.
Well, and that's something that people don't look at. I mean, you have to know who you're going into business with if you're doing something like that. So you really need to know them well enough. Like, if Nick called me and he goes, hey, I really need to borrow $5,000, I'd give Nick the $5,000 because I know Nick's good for it. But, if Johnny down the street that I kind of know calls me and goes, I need to borrow $5,000, I'm probably not giving him $5,000. I don't know what he does with his money. I don't know what his mindset is.
Yeah. I think my max is like $100, right? Like, I really, like, I'm pretty much the $100 guy. Like, I have people all the time. Hey, oh man, hey, I'll get, give me $100. I'll give you 120 next week. It's fucking great money. Like,
yeah.
We say we'll do it all day, every day. Like, for 100 for 120. Yep. Cheers. Like, I walk into the bowling alley next week and my beers are paid for, right? Like, so I think my max of, like, if I don't know you type of a thing, but I have to know you. We've had to have conversations, not just somebody watching off YouTube. Hey man, let me get $100.
You're
like, no, you know what? Hey, if you want to get $100 from me, like, you create the lawyer loan, have your lawyer become my lawyer, pay for it, read all the stuff, and then I'll loan you whatever you want because you're going to have collateral. Trust me.
Right.
Once your lawyer's my lawyer and you're paying for it, that's going to be perfect.
Well, and unfortunately, a lot of people they don't realize, A, it's not great to loan money to friends or family.
Yeah.
And B, if you're going to do it, you have to be prepared to lose that money.
Yep.
That money's going to go.
Guaranteed.
And if you're not okay losing that money, you better not lend it.
Yep.
We talked about it on an episode. I bailed, my best friend Mikey out, not the Mike that joins us, but a different one. And I paid like 3 of his bills off, and he had to pay me for, I think he ended up taking it like 15 months.
Sure.
I knew he was good for the money because we've been friends forever. And we're the type of people that we don't like owing somebody money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care that I owe Loan Depot $105,000 on my house.
Yeah.
I care if I owe Nick $20.
Yeah.
If I owe Nick $20, I'm going to pay that shit.
It's hilarious. We're talking about this and we talked about shirts, and I'm sitting here going, oh crap. It's funny because I was driving past my bank on Alpine today and I go, oh, I should stop at the bank. And I was like, no, I'm going to be by my bank in Granville. And then, like, as we're talking about this, in my head, I was like, oh crap, I owe David for half of it. And I was like, oh, I'll just hit him up tomorrow. But I think tomorrow we're doing it separate. So, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just cash app him the money. And I was like, no, David's old as shit, doesn't have cash. I was like, holy crap, I got to figure out how to get David this money. Like,
I'm not worried about it at this point.
But I am, right? Like,
that's
the
deal.
All of my mind is just like, holy crap, like, this isn't how this works. Like, I have officially failed.
And I'm not worried about the money because I know you're good for it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Nick stories. So the year he's coaching with me, we're in the dugout and the girls are actually playing good for a change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way they'll bat around. And Nick goes, I bet you dinner they bat around.
Yeah.
And I said, there's no way in hell. I'll bet you that. Sure enough, they batted around. Nick sends me a text like 3 days later. Hey, you want to hit this place and get a couple beers? I'm like, sure, I'll go with you, get a couple beers. I show up there. He goes, by the way, you're buying dinner. I went,
right.
Ah, shit, you're right, I am.
No, and that's yeah, everything has to be educated, right? So if you want to invest and you're actually the person that invests, right? Like, don't listen to us, right? Unless you believe in us and we've proven our worth to you. But go do your research, right? Find who's doing it, find what it is, like, and put your money in that spot. Like, I don't care if it's really just in Lake Michigan for 3%. 3% is pretty good money right now. Like, again, we just talked about it. I have 40,000 sitting making, I don't know, 0.02. Like, it's just stupid money. Like, and that's why I'm buying another house. Like, not buying because I have to. I found a good deal. Like, that's gonna bring me a return, right? But the fear of investing for a lot of people, like, you hear, oh, well, my mom said she'd pay me back, or my sister said she paid and she never did, or I got into Amway.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna be a fucking millionaire, and I invested my money into a business, and it didn't work out. And I was like, okay, like, how much did you start with? Well, it cost me $125 to get in, and I didn't realize I had to spend $300 every month to maintain membership. And I'm like, okay, so, like, let's do basic math, right? Like, at this point, like, you need $3,600 just to get through 1 year's worth of guaranteed funding plus 125. Like, yeah, I was told I was going to make money right away, and I was like, okay, again, get rich quick is not a game plan in life. Like, the only way the quickest I've ever gotten rich, honestly, I guess the quickest I've ever gotten rich is probably 3 days with a bet like that. But a week, right? Like, hey, give me $100, I'll give you 120, like actual cash money, like not dinners, not whatever. But yeah, nobody's gonna pay you stupid returns. Like, and if they promise you the world, it's guaranteed fake, right? Like,
you and I sat there and looked into some stuff like 3-4 years ago. Prosper was one of them. We looked into Fundrise, and we sat there screwing around, for hours looking into these things. And I ended up investing in both because I knew I could get a decent return in them. And obviously Prosper is way more risky.
Yeah.
Because you're betting on people to pay their bills.
Yeah.
And I have one guy that I funded his loan. Now, mind you, I only fund $25 in a loan.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind losing 20. I mean, I don't want to lose $25, but if I lose 25.
I mean, you're right. You went out to fucking dinner and lost $25.
Exactly. So he's late every month.
Yeah.
So I get 5 or 10 cents in late fees every month from him because he's always late.
Yeah.
But he pays.
Nice.
So, when we look at creditors, who do they like, Nick? Do they like me, who takes advantage and makes money off of them? Do they like the people that just carry a balance every month and gives them interest, or do they like the people that are always late but always pay?
I mean, I would assume if they always pay, right, they're gonna love the people that are always late and always pay. But the sweet spot's probably right in the middle there.
It probably is.
Where they're getting their high interest but guaranteed pay, right? Like, they're gonna carry that balance forever because that's guaranteed, right? I mean, the other one is you always pay up until a certain point where you just stop paying.
Yeah.
Right. I go back to multi-level marketing, right? Like,
yes.
I've looked into so many of them. My favorite is that guy, right, who looks like me, but I'm not going to show you guys because this is a special reveal under here. Right, but he's got the hair that's half there, and he holds up a check, right, and $25,000 check right here. This could be you, and you he's got it laminated.
Oh yeah,
and everything, and you're like, wow, that's cool. Like, wait, it's 2020 and this is dated 2016. You don't have a fucking bigger check by then? Like, what is your problem? Like, dude, seriously, like, come up with something. All right. It always reminds me, like, now that I've seen it, right? Like the Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yep.
I want to get somebody, if you're multi-level marketing and you have an upline or whatever the fuck you call it, I should watch language, but right, like, invite me to this, right? Because I'm going to look at them. I'm going to be like, you show me a check right now for $100,000. I quit my fucking job and I come work for you. right? And he shows him the $40,000 check, and he's like, and they become best friends. So like, right, like I'm that guy who's gonna call you out, like, oh, you're in multi-level marketing. That's cool. Like, there you go. I applied for a job. I've kind of screwed it up twice now. It doesn't matter how, but I had an interview, today and all that, and we're talking. It was, um, hey, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in real estate, or do you see yourself back in warehouse? And I was like, look, I'm very honest with people. Like, hey, look, I have 13 years until my daughter's out of school. Like, that's the bare minimum retirement. My wife's going to want to work even more. But besides that, like, if you have a company that you want me to grow with, and I can become something like within your company, right? Like, I have my responsibility in the warehouse. So I have my feeling of fulfillment. Like with your company, like, hey, let's do this, right? Like, let's see what we can create. And I want to help others in that aspect. And people are like, no, nobody does that. Nobody does that for whatever. Like, you're right. I'm not doing it for free, but you're going to pay me.
Right.
Like, and, so anyway, the interview ends, right? And, out of the three guys, the one guy finishes up and he goes, hey, I want to wish you great luck in your real estate. Right. So I know I don't have the job, but dude, like, of the three, like, this guy really, like, that's what he called out of it, right? Like,
Right.
And I didn't mention real estate that much. Like, it was very much towards the end. It was this, and it was like, he knows I'm not getting hired. He knows, hey, this kid, I must have showed passion at the point of, like, when I said real estate, because I know where I want to be. And again, I will apply for jobs that make me the money I want to make and value me for who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked about that, right? Like, the poor people mindset is when you walk in, hey, David, oh, you want to stock shelves? I'll pay you $10 an hour, right? Now, Nick and David, right? We'll pay you $10 an hour. What's your 401k match? How much vacation do I get? Like,
yeah.
Dude, we are, and
we're looking for everything extra we can squeeze.
Yes, right. And so, like, when I first applied and got the call for this, the guy's like, hey, do you have any questions? And instantly I was like, all right, what's your 401k? Do you do any reimbursement? Do you have, and I asked so many questions, right? And the guy's like, well, when you do your interview with the other company, I would try to shy away from those questions too much. And I was like, no, like, you want me to work for you. I want to work for you. And this is what I want out of you. You have all rights to say, Nick, we want you to show up every day from 9 to 5. We want you to be a great employee. Like, if you say that, like, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up at 8:45 because I'm at least 15 minutes early. And yes, okay, I'll probably be the guy to punch out on time, if not like a couple minutes later. But, I'm going to do everything you ask, and I'm going to do it. But you have to give me benefits. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
But you know what they're looking for.
Yes.
They're looking for somebody to walk in there and where do you see yourself in 20 years? Well, I see myself still working here.
Mm-hmm.
And you were very honest. You said, oh, my daughter's done with school in 13 years.
That's just it. Like,
and they're like, oh, yeah, he's going to leave. Once he finds something better or makes more money, he's out of here.
Yeah.
And they're not wrong for thinking that. But the thing they don't
blame them.
The thing they don't understand and why businesses are so short-sighted, because Dawn ran through this when she would look at jobs. They look at, well, you'll just leave for something better. Yeah. So make me want to stay here.
Make yourself better.
Right.
Right. Like,
so, like, great example. So one of our employees here, I doubt any of them will listen to this. One of our employees here is busting her ass.
Yeah.
And Dawn calls me the other day. She goes, we didn't talk about it, but I gave so-and-so, 50-cent raise. Okay,
cool.
She goes, I know we should have talked about it. I'm like, we talked about doing it in April. So we're a couple months early.
Yeah.
I did all the math. Nick, we're talking about $33 a week.
Yeah.
And this girl busts her ass here. Room gets done. She's in there cleaning.
Yep.
Don't have to ask her. She's there. We don't pay her enough because we're not at that point yet.
Yeah.
but we want to make her feel valued and stay.
And you're showing that you try, right?
Right.
Like, hey, this is what we can afford. This is what we can afford to guarantee that you stay here, right? Like, if you find something better, we understand, but
Yep.
like, we want you to know that, hey, you are valued. You are like, if we make more, you'll make more, right? Like, I mean, it's just,
Well, and we're looking at raises for everybody we employ because they do work hard and we do want to reward them. And, the person that got the raise said to Dawn, well, I know you don't pay yourself enough. No, she doesn't. I mean, Dawn's making, somewhere between $6 and $8 an hour with all the time she puts in.
Yeah.
But I can hold off on her raise. I can't afford to find good employees.
oh yeah. Well, it's funny because in the real estate game, right? Like, you have some wins and you have some losses and you have some base hits or whatever you're gonna call it. Like, so I was talking to a friend of mine and he goes, look, sometimes when you do the math and you look at it, he goes, doesn't it suck when you make less than minimum wage? And I said, yeah. He goes, isn't it a fantastic feeling that you made all those decisions to do that? And I said, all right, I hate you. Like, yes, like you're very true on that. But, I say, I don't fear, like, it's funny. I fear investing and I've been doing it, right? Like, you should talk to my new lender, right? Because I can't use Rob anymore. I don't have a W-2. And, so I'm like, hey, I want to put my normal 20% down and get financed and blah, blah. Okay. Oh, hey, actually, wait, could I fund it? I call him back a couple hours. Wait, can I fund it as a flip and then do a refinance? Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, do you have an 80% like loan to value that I can just walk into like with oh, well, you have to do that for a refinance. Well, can I do that refinance with a land contract? Because I'll get a fucking land contract. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Your best option. Like, hey, what's my fees? Like, and I constantly like, hey, what is the best option for me? Well, what's your end goal? Look, what's my best option financially? I'll tell you my end goal. Like, my end goal is literally just to make some kind of funds, right? Like, don't go negative. So,
well, when you're looking at investing, that's the thing that scares everybody.
oh yeah.
And I think, for anybody that's listening out there, here's how to get over your fear of investing. For one, Nick said it earlier, do your research. For two, base it on your age. So, the kid we're going to talk to is 19 years old.
Yep.
He shouldn't have any fear of investing because if he takes $10,000 and he puts it somewhere and it loses half, he doesn't need that money.
Yeah.
So what does he care if it loses half? If it turns around 3 years later and it's worth 3 times.
Yep.
Because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at that time value investment there that, sometimes it's going to take a hit, but sometimes it's going to absolutely jam.
Yeah. And I try to tell people all the time, okay? I said, look, here's my story, right? So you walk into the beach, okay, and you have a vending machine.
Mm-hmm.
You have $100 in your pocket, okay? And let's say you have, I don't care if it's $100 in ones, okay? So you take that $100 and how much have you made on the $100? $0. Okay. Now you're thirsty and you pay $2 for a bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much have you made on your $100? Technically you've lost, but in theory you've won because you've quenched your thirst. I mean, well, no, if you had that $100, let's say you did the Nick thing where you give the $50 to somebody and get $20 or $10 back at Friday. Did you pay for that bottle of water? Well, yeah. I have to wait till Friday. Yes, it's delayed gratification. Okay, delayed gratification is what's called success. Okay, so yes, your fear is I give this away because it was comfort in your pocket, but comfort is what kills people a lot.
Wimpy is a great example.
Yeah.
So I grew up on Popeye.
Yeah.
Wimpy would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Yeah.
That's fine. A hamburger's $1 today. Wimpy, I will absolutely do that, but you better pay me $2 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving you the money for free for a week.
Yep.
And those are the things you have to look. That's an investment. Whether you want to think of it that way or not, that's an investment, Again, Nick and I talked lately about sports betting.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a little bit of it here and there, made a little bit of money here and there.
Yeah. I haven't made money. Okay. I did make money in theory, but I sent out for my check 2 weeks ago and I still haven't gotten my check. So I haven't made a damn dime.
I got my PayPal back in 48 hours.
Company is this. Hold on.
It was
FanDuel. FanDuel, if you're watching or listening, give me my damn money.
So that's still an investment. So,
Yeah.
with one of the sites I'm signed up with, they gave me a bunch of, free bets if I bet such and such.
Yep.
So
$1 for any 3 in any game.
yeah. So like with some of them, they expire.
Yep.
So I have until March to use some of these. So I hopped on last night, and I'm not good at betting on basketball, but I did a 3-team parlay on the Lakers and 2 other teams. And then I did a free bet on will Zach LaVine go over 45.5 on, I think it was rebounds, assists, and points combined.
Okay.
And then I did a third one. I don't know what that was. I lost all 3 bets.
Nice.
But it didn't cost me anything. I mean, it was free money I was playing with.
Yeah.
So, and I have to use it by, I think the latest one is March 24th.
Sure.
Now, I could bet on a baseball game and probably do okay. I don't know as much about basketball. I haven't been an avid basketball fan since Jordan retired the second time with the Bulls.
Sure.
Just like
Not the Wizards?
No.
Huh.
I didn't care about that.
Didn't even come back for the comeback. Huh?
Nope.
The comeback of the comeback?
Didn't care. And I like hockey, but I don't know enough to bet on that. I don't know enough about
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, he retired many years ago.
Oh.
I can't bet on college basketball because I don't know jack about that.
Michigan State's the best bet you could ever do.
They're not very good right now.
Fact. I don't think they're going to make the tournament this year.
So, I mean, those are all, they're investments. And, for a financial person, they're crappy investments.
Yeah.
But again, you do your research and you figure out what's good and what's bad. You're going to, even the best investors have fears.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to sit there and go, okay, well, I've done enough research and I'm comfortable with this decision and this amount of money. And kind of, go to that crap table and roll the dice and hope you don't come up on 7s.
That's a saying, that's true. So, I say, we could talk about this all night. We could give examples. We can do everything. Personally, if you hated this topic, I want you to dislike it. If you loved it, please like it.
Reach out to us.
Yeah, because everything's different. You're gonna tell us your story, and you're gonna say, "How can I fix it?" We're gonna give advice, right? Like
yep.
we're still very young and dumb, and
you're very young.
Yeah, but us as a podcast, we're very young.
We are very young as a podcast.
I say, and we'll give advice.
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it
sucks.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to be what the hell you want to hear all the time, right? But we're going to give it to you. So, but like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your mom, because mothers love to like our shit.
They do.
Because I want to support those too. That's my friend's mom's talking. That's not my mom. But those guys sound fun. I'm gonna support. Click. So.
Shout out to Right Brandon Perrin for my beers. I enjoyed them. Nick, give a shout out to yours.
Shout out to Adesanya Meads. Okay. As I said, hey, I'll always take a free mead, and Alpha Gateway, raspberry, cranberry, pomegranate. Truly enjoyed it. And say the old tried and true. I got a little extra in this bad boy.
That's like finding an extra $1 in your pocket.
That's a factual statement, my friend. I'm the guy who usually throws $20 into his coat pocket right at the end of the winter, so that way I feel excited that I found $20 the year later.
I'm the kind of guy that's going, why didn't you put that in the bank and earn a little bit?
I didn't earn it, damn it. I didn't spend it on food or beer. So, I say, Anheuser-Busch, we really appreciate you. I can't wait to get this real sponsorship. Dude, if Coors can do it,
Anheuser-Busch could do it.
That's what I'm saying, right? And bigger and better. Show them who's boss.
So we enjoyed being with you guys again. I will get this uploaded soon so we can be with you again tomorrow, probably in separate locations. Real excited about the stuff coming up. Please like us, share us, talk to us, tell us what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
tell us what you like or don't like. I know we got feedback on, people love the fighting.
Yeah, I mean, we don't love the fighting, but it works out.
We don't fight a lot about money though.
No, and it's fun when we do.
It is.
Because of the mutual respect in the end,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
there's no wrong. We don't fight when there's a right or wrong answer, right?
No.
Like there's no, I don't know. I'm not gonna put the science behind shit. So, guys, again, it's been fun. I'm excited for tomorrow's episode. 2 for this week is very cool.
Very cool.
Um,
If you want t-shirts, get a hold of us.
Yeah.
For anybody who wants to join us as a guest, we got either a sticker or a magnet for you. I still got to get a prize package out to Rob because he was great.
yeah, we'll say we're waiting for the t-shirts to come in, right? So
Yeah, we might as well.
yeah, I say we'll get him. I get him a few things. This passion has become way too much fun for both of us.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing this. We really do because we like talking about money and we like drinking beer.
It's a factual statement. I mean, like literally, our life is complete.
It is kind of complete. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get this uploaded soon, and you guys take care until like 24 hours from
24. I'm making him change his name to Dad.
now. See you guys.